how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Good, I'm doing just fine.
Good.
Listen, I'm really glad that you stopped by today
Mm-hmm.
and that you're willing to help me with this interviewing exercise for my class.
All right.
The class that I'm taking is called Intentional Interviewing,
All right.
and it's part of the Human Services degree program at Gaston College.
All right.
What we have talked about is the more that we practice doing this,
Mhm.
the better that we get.
Okay.
So I really appreciate, again, your
My
helping me
pleasure.
out with this.
My pleasure.
Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about how this process is going to work.
Okay.
First of all, we will hold a session anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Before we get started, I want you to understand that my code of ethics dictates that I promise you that everything that you say will be held in confidentiality.
Okay.
And as agreement with that, I have a contract is called an informed consent form.
Mm-hmm.
And what I will do, I will go ahead and read it
All right.
to make sure that we understand what's in it. Okay?
Okay.
And then I will ask for you to sign it.
Okay.
Another thing about this process, you may stop this interview anytime you wish. You may stop the video anytime you wish. We're going to try to keep it light. Don't want to get anything serious, anything that's get anything personal.
Mhm.
If I lead you toward a question that you think is too personal, just stop.
Okay.
Okay? All right. This is called an informed consent form. It says, thank you for participating in this interviewing skills practice with me.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I am a student in the Human Services Technology Program at Gaston College, and this exercise is part of my class in Essentials in Intentional Interviewing. This video will be seen only by my instructor, Dr. Kelly Sutton,
Mm-hmm.
at Gaston, and possibly some students in my class who will critique my natural style for input on improvement, and you may discontinue this video at any time you wish. You may talk about anything you wish, or you may role play to any subject that does not relate to you personally.
Okay.
Please let me know which approach you will be taking so I may know how to structure the exercise. The exercise, again, is to last between 8 to 15 minutes.
All right.
As a student, this is very important. As a student, I cannot offer you any form of confidentiality. However, anything you say to me will remain confidential, except for those areas that conflict with federal law and my code of professional ethics,
Okay.
which requires me to report. I must report, for instance, any serious harm that you intend on doing to yourself or to someone else,
Mm-hmm.
or if you indicate you're involved in any kind of child abuse or elderly abuse.
Right.
I must report that. Do you understand?
I understand.
I must break confidentiality if that happens.
Right.
Again, this is only an education exercise. Once again, I am not yet licensed as a counselor, but this is simply to enhance my interviewing skill set.
Right.
Again, I appreciate your participation. And if you will please complete a client feedback form when this session is complete.
Okay.
Again, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You and I talked a little before we got started, and you had indicated that you wanted to talk a little bit about your job.
Right.
And as I understand, you work at Acme Packaging Company.
I do.
And as I understand, you've been there for a long time.
Yes, sir. 26 years.
26, that's a long time, 26 years.
Yes, sir.
Let's start by just tell me your story about when you went to work for Acme, how long you've been there, and whatever your experiences are. And you can just free to tell the story any way you wish.
Okay. Well, I started at Acme in 1985 as a part-timer, loading and unloading trucks. Did that for 2.5 years, and it was very satisfying. I actually enjoyed it. The work was hard. The work was very tough. After 2.5 years, I was promoted to driving, and been in that position for 24 years. And very rewarding. I enjoy the opportunity to meet a lot of different people out on the route. The work gives me an opportunity to enhance my, I would say my smile, my personality.
Okay.
Because the different people that I meet, it's all kind of people out there on the route. You meet some very caring people. You meet some very uncaring people. You have an opportunity to I would say, enhance your work because of the people that you come in contact with. But I enjoy doing what I do because it gives me a sense of self-confidence. Being able to provide for my family, being able to, I would say, have the opportunity for advancements. But it's a very demanding job. I would say that because you have different areas of my job that cause a lot of stress that people don't realize. Say, getting certain places on time. You have different attitudes you have to deal with all day. You have to keep a smile on your face. You have to be very professional at all times, even though the customer might be upset because of something that happened at that job. But when I get there and they take it out on me, I have to be very professional and just keep a smile on my face and just keep going. Because I can't let their day predict my day. See? And you got to be very, very professional on the job. But as far as the work that I do, like I said, it's very demanding. But I enjoy it. I enjoy it in the aspect that I'm by myself all day. I don't have a supervisor looking over my shoulder. You know, I know the job that it has to be done, and I do it. And I do it with a smile on my face, and I enjoy it. But like I said, at the end of the day, I'm tired. When I get home, all I want to do is eat, take a shower, and go to sleep. But it's very rewarding. I enjoy doing what I do.
Okay.
I really do.
Okay. You seem like you really enjoy what you do,
Mm-hmm.
and you've been there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you mention something about stress,
Right.
the stress level on the job.
Right.
Would you give me some specific events that may have occurred that caused you a lot of stress?
Well, sometimes we have certain things that have to be delivered before a certain time of the day. And if everything goes well in the building before we leave, then we can accomplish that goal. But a lot of times stuff arise where we have a 10-minute meeting every morning before we leave. It might be an instance where we have to stay there 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So I'm already 10 minutes behind. And it cuts into my time that I have to get certain things off before that certain time. Say I have to get something off by 10:30. If I don't leave the building by 8:50, then the stuff that I have to get off by 10:30 really backs me up. And that causes stress.
Okay.
It really does. It pushes you to get the stuff done that you have to get done. And it causes conflict, but then again, you have to be professional. I can't take out on what happened in the morning for me out on my customer.
Okay.
So in that aspect, that causes a lot of stress. And another thing that causes stress is we're on a very tight schedule. And say a customer, we do pickups too on my route. And if the customer has to have their stuff ready by say 2:30, I get there at 2:25, and they're not ready till 15 to 3, I can't say anything.
Okay.
So that causes stress.
Okay.
It backs me up. It backs up my routine. It's very tough if you can't stay on schedule to get your job done. When you're on schedule, everything works fine, everything is smooth. But when you go to a customer and they can't get their stuff processed in the right amount of time, then that causes stress.
Okay.
You know, that just kills my whole day.
Okay.
But then again, I have to be professional about it.
Good. If you don't mind, I'd like to stay with this stress thing for a moment.
Okay?
Because of the high level of stress that you do have, could you give me some examples of what you do to relieve that stress?
Well, on the job or off?
Your choice.
Off the job, golf. For me, it's
Okay.
golf. I mean, golf really relieves a lot of stress for me. It really does. That's something that I look forward to doing. And a lot of times when I have a really, really bad day, especially on a Friday, and I have a tea time on a Saturday,
Okay.
then, you know, it kind of outweighs itself.
Okay.
That relieves a lot of stress for me. My family relieves a lot of stress for me. I enjoy spending time with them. Just simple things. Going to Walmart, going to the movies,
Okay.
renting movies, going to see my daughter cheer. that kind of stuff. Daily activities in my life helps relieve stress for me.
Okay.
You know, but I enjoy, like I say, I enjoy golf a lot. That really helps me out as far as relieving stress.
Very good. And since you had mentioned, because you had mentioned it earlier, you talked about stress off the job. How do you handle stress on the job?
Well, a lot of times, if say for instance, one particular, I'll give you an example. I went to this place. I had to have some products off by 10:30. The manager wanted to open the package. Now I had 3 more other stops I had to make, and it was already like 10:15. The manager wanted to open the package because he wanted to make sure what he ordered was the right product. And I told him he couldn't do that unless the box was damaged. And he said, well, he ordered his package so he can do it. And I said, well, that's not our company policy. So he gets upset, says a few choice words, and all I could do was just smile.
Choice words.
Yes, sir. I can't repeat what he said, but all I could do was just smile. I told him I was polite about it. I said, sir, you can't do that. So he wanted to know what was my supervisor's name. So I give it to him. I didn't do anything wrong. And he ranted, he raved, and I still said, you cannot do that.
Okay.
So I called my supervisor myself and told him what the guy said, a few choice words that he told me. And he said, well, you just take the package and you leave. But the guy said, when I told him that, the guy said, well, just let me have the package, I'll just take it anyway. So that was a very stressful moment for me. But then again, like I said, I have to be very professional. I could have ranted and raved at him, but he would have made it seem like it was my fault. But you keep a cool head, do what I'm supposed to have done, which I called my supervisor and let him know what had happened, and just dissolve the situation right then and there. Without me causing conflict, I could have said something choice to him, and we could have been back and forth that whole day. But at the end of the day, I would have been the one got in trouble because the customer's always right. No matter if they're wrong, they're always right. But you know in your heart that they're wrong, but you have to be very professional about it. And if you don't, it could get you in trouble.
Okay. And you've mentioned being professional several times. That seems to be a running theme here. As professionalism relates to your job, how would you explain professionalism to somebody else as in comparison, in reference to what you do? What does that mean to you?
Well, being professional, professionalism, to me is you as an individual represent your company. And to be professional, you have to be courteous at all times. You have to keep your wit at all times. You can't just fly off the handle. You got to be professional. Professional means you go in there, you make sure you have decent attire on. You know, clean shaven, to me that's professional. Make sure you're always punctual. Make sure you're courteous. Carry a smile. Always smile. Shake hands if necessary. Even though the customer, like I said, is always right. Even when they're wrong. And to be professional, you have to take some things that you normally wouldn't take outside of your normal job. To me, that's being professional.
Your job sounds like it's pretty structured. If there was something about your work that you would like to change, could you tell me what that would be?
One thing about my job that I would like to change, I would say being able to have a little bit extra time to do what I have to do during the day. Because my job is so structured that time plays a factor in everything we do. Like I said, if I don't leave the building at a certain time, that kind of backs my whole day up. If the customer doesn't have his stuff done when I'm there, that backs my day up. So having more time on my job means a lot as far as the structure goes. That would be one of my biggest problems is time. I wish I had more time to do my job.
Okay.
It would make it a lot more easy.
Make it a lot easier. Okay, we've talked about some good stuff on this job.
Mhm.
We've heard all